What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Major Ben gaming video. I hope you guys are having an awesome day as always. Now today, again, a bit of a different video. If you haven't seen my Cuphead video, I did a similar thing with that game because it's just fantastic. But today we're talking about Final Fantasy VII. Now this game is very important to me because you guys may laugh, but this is my first ever Final Fantasy game. I have never played a single one of the games before, and Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrades, which is the PS5 version, is my first Final Fantasy game ever. Now, how I got into playing this first game is because I was talking to one of my friends at work who's a big fan of Final Fantasy. I've always seen the trailers and been like, it doesn't really look like my thing. But I saw the new one that's coming out, obviously part 2 to this. At the time, I didn't know that Final Fantasy... whatever the second part is called that's coming up soon. I didn't know that was a second part. I thought that was just a standalone game. I, again, didn't follow the franchise, didn't really know what was happening, and he told me, no, you've got to go and play this game before you play the other one. So I picked this game up immediately, as literally at the start of February, or just over a week ago now, and I have fallen in love with this game. I think the storytelling, the gameplay, the music is my favorite thing about this game. I've literally downloaded the whole soundtrack on my phone from Apple Music, and I've been listening to it on my journeys to work and stuff, and I adore the music. As somebody who is a musician myself, I play piano to a high level. I love the music, and I may actually learn some of it on piano because it's just so well written. But anyway, talking about the game. So from the start, it's again first Final Fantasy experience. At the beginning, I was like, okay, I don't know about the combat. I was still trying to adjust to that whole menu where you press X and then you have your abilities, your items you can use to heal, your magic, like various different things. It was a bit odd, like having to adjust from like a normal combat game, something like Elden Ring. I'm just using it as an example of what I've played recently, and then adjusting to something where you're essentially controlling your character, but in various different scenarios in the game, you're controlling lots of different characters. So that was kind of difficult at first to get used to, but after like the first, I don't know, half an hour of combat and fighting, it was very, very simple. You get things like the ability to assess the enemy, where you work out what their weaknesses and their strengths are, which I really, really like. So if somebody's weak to certain magic like fire or lightning, you obviously want to use those abilities to actually to kill the enemies, right? So that was kind of an adjustment I had to make to get used to it, but I did learn quickly. And let's talk about the rest of the game. So the characters in this are fantastic. I think Cloud is awesome. Seeing him go from this like person who's constantly wanting money for every mission he's doing to actually becoming friends with the other main characters in the game. I think Barrett is really, really cool. He's like this aggressive guy with the gun on his arm. That's so cool. I really liked his character. Jesse was an interesting character. Wedge, I really liked Wedge. I straight away noticed with Wedge that he's actually the voice actor who does his voice is in Breaking Bad. He's called Badger in Breaking Bad. If any of you've watched Breaking Bad, you'll know Badger, and he's actually the voice actor for Wedge, and I worked that out without even Googling it after I Googled to check, but I thought that was really, really cool that you know, you've actually got some decent actors that are playing the characters and stuff. That's really, really interesting. I really liked Aerith. I thought her character was very cool. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody else who hasn't played it, but I really like her character, and also Tifa was really, really good. To be honest, the whole character, the whole cast, I don't think there's a single member I don't like. There's some of the enemies I've actually not encountered too much yet, so essentially at the moment where I'm at in the game, I'm on the second to last chapter. I've not quite finished it, but I wanted to talk about this because I've just been wanting to make a video while it's still in my mind and I'm still in the game. I've got one chapter left. I'm literally on at the end of 17 going into 18, so we're very near the end of the game, and to be honest, I'm already so excited for the next game. I've already pre-ordered the next one that's coming out obviously next week now, and I've pre-ordered the really nice edition where you get the steelbook and stuff because I want to start collecting some of the stuff. But if you haven't played Final Fantasy, if you were more of an Xbox player like myself before and you haven't dived into the franchise because essentially it was never coming to Xbox in the same way it does to PlayStation, I've recently started playing PlayStation a hell of a lot more than Xbox. I've said it in multiple videos. I wanted to try the franchise, and I can understand so much why people with their console choice now just go for a PlayStation. There are so many great titles that the Xbox platform is just outright missing out on with these titles. And the same, I need to go and play now Final Fantasy 16. Obviously, I've heard good things about that game, so I've got so many franchises to go back and play. So I fully get why there's so many people in the video where I made about 2 years ago, where I'm switching to Xbox and stuff as my main platform. I understand why so many people were so sort of like, why? Like there's so many good games that you're just going to not be able to play going forward. So I mean, I want to talk about something as well, very briefly. I'm sorry I'm rambling, guys. I wanted to leave it raw just to give my opinions. But with Cloud as the main character, obviously because I didn't know much about Final Fantasy, I've always heard about Cloud and always how people absolutely love his character and thought, wow, he must be in like every Final Fantasy game. But no, this is the only Final Fantasy, I think maybe some tactics games or something, or some fighting game I think Cloud appears in, but this is the only like Final Fantasy main game where Cloud is actually in. And my friend at work, as I said, told me about this, and I was really shocked because I thought, I've heard so many people talk about how they love Cloud and stuff, and his character's really, really good in these games, and I thought, oh wow, like he must be in so many of them, he's a cool character. But no, people just love Cloud just based from one Final Fantasy game, and that just shows how well written his character is and all the other characters in the game as well. So yeah, but graphically this was really nice on PS5. I did play it in the performance mode, 60 frames per second. I think it's 1440p rather than 4K. You can play it at 30 FPS and do 4K, but I'm not doing that. 1440p is fine. At the distance from my TV to where I sit, like you really can't see it. It's slightly softer, but it looks absolutely great, this game. I'm excited to see though what the next part looks like, because the next part is only PS5. This Final Fantasy game was made for PS4 first, and then was obviously ported to PS5 once the PS5 had launched. So I'm interested to see what they do with the next version or the next part of this game. So yeah, I'd really like your suggestions. I don't want to drag this video out too much longer, but I'd really like your suggestions on which other Final Fantasy games I should play. Now, obviously, I'm not going to go back to the first one all the way in the 80s or whatever it was. I don't want to do that. I want to play some of the more modern ones because it just makes sense for me as somebody who's played this game now. I'm definitely going to check out 16, but let me know if there's any amazing ones. I've got a Nintendo Switch as well, so if some of them are really sort of like, you know, smaller art style top-down games that I should play, I think Final Fantasy X and X-2 are very well loved. So let me know if there's any other ones I should play, and also yeah, just let me know what you think down in the comments below. Like, have you played the game? If not, I seriously suggest you do. They are phenomenal, or this one at least I can say is phenomenal. Obviously, I'm going to be picking up, as I said, I got the nice edition with the steelbook, the art book, the soundtrack for the next part of this, and I cannot wait to experience that just next week. That's going to be really, really fun to do. So, or whenever you're seeing this video, you know, the game's probably maybe out even when you're seeing this video, I don't know, but I can't wait. It's going to be really, really cool. So thank you for watching. Please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel as well. If there's anything you want me to play or see or talk about, then do let me know in the comments. I do read the comments a lot, so let me know. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now.